Hey everybody in the reggae universe, welcome to a conversation in dub hosted by me, Mark Ramondi.
And me, James Pasqua. This podcast is all about exploring the massive world of reggae and dub music, from its roots in Jamaica to its influence on various music genres worldwide.
This podcast also explores the intricacies of dub through insightful conversations, interviews with artists, and in-depth analysis of iconic tracks. We don't just talk about the music, but also the stories behind it, the techniques used in its production, and the social and political context that shaped its development.
Our goal is to promote mindful listening, taking you, the listener, on the journey the artist intended. Through this process, we hope to introduce you to new music or give you a new insight on music you already know and love.
This podcast is brought to you by Rootfire, a platform for reggae music worldwide with a mission to empower artists and nurture the community that supports them. You're here because you love reggae music and want to be a part of that community. We're here to help connect the dots.
If you have any feedback for us, be sure to email us at aconversationindub@gmail.com or message us on Facebook or Instagram at aconversationindub. We love hearing from you. Now,
let's get to the show. Hello there, my friend. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty fantastic. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing really, really good. We are here in spring over here in New Jersey, and today is really the first sign, the real sign of it for us over here. It's getting up to 85 degrees over here today, which is not 85, 80. I'm getting too excited. 80 degrees over here. So I'm loving it.
It's 80 there now? That's great.
It's 80 there today. I know. It's going right back down tomorrow because you know how March is. We go on and off until mid-April, but we're starting to have a little bit of nicer weather, starting to spend some time outside, and what a wonderful time to listen to some dub.
It's been 80s for like a week, and it's just dropping down now to like 60s, 70s here.
Wow. Okay, see that? So we're like on the same kind of plane for once for a while. That's nice. This doesn't last long.
No. Because soon it'll be 115, and you'll say, I don't know what that is.
That's exactly what's going to happen. And nor do I want to know what that is, so that's going to be a whole new world. But definitely excited over here, and all is going well. We're in the hustle and bustle of wedding planning, which is crazy. For you guys out there who might not know, I am getting married this June, and we are currently 2 months away from the day.
2 months?
2 months.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It kind of is. It's
it going to be a dub party?
Really real. What was that?
Is it going to be a dub party?
Oh man, the dubness is going to be all around. You can feel it. You know it. That's
a wedding conversation
we have with the DJ tomorrow. I'll tell him what is going to be at this place. So that's going to be fantastic. That's one thing I'm excited about. It's going to be the music part of this. But no, things are feeling real, which is all the more reason why I need to take a step out of that crazy planning world. I need to slow things down a little bit to listen to some music with you, which I'm very excited about today, bro.
Yeah, well, for the listeners, that may mean that our episodes become a little inconsistent in 2 months' time, but we're gonna try our best to pre-record some episodes so that we have them ready to go for you, because we don't want to stop doing this, even if Mark's getting married.
Oh, exactly. And guys, if you guys have noticed out there, like I've been MIA for a couple episodes too, it is because of the craziness of wedding planning. I mean, for our life right now, it is wedding season. So not only is my wedding coming up, but I was just in a wedding the previous week, and we've got another 2 weddings ahead of us that I'm going to be a part of, as well as my fiance is going to be in as well. So the craziness is definitely going to be a thing, and we are going to try to set aside as much time for dub as we possibly can. But if you guys miss me on a couple episodes, don't worry, because I will be coming back. James got a lot of backup plans with that. But then the good thing is, once this is over and things kind of die down, we're going to be able to get into a steady stream of dub, which always makes things very exciting. So we ain't going anywhere.
We have some cool episodes coming up for you, too. So be on the lookout for that stuff. And also, for the listener, my new single is out. I don't know if we've shared that yet on this podcast, because our timing has been all screwed up, and I don't know.
Wow, we haven't shared it
We've been all
yet.
over the place.
Oh my gosh. Guys, it's crazy because this single is something that I've been listening to.
It's called Cosmic Soul.
It's fire.
By me, and features Nick Barker from 12 Foot Ninja. I think it came out pretty good. Go listen to it and let us know what you think of it.
and he ain't gonna say it because it's him, but I will say it is an absolutely incredible track. It is mesmerizing. You guys really should just check it out there. I can't wait till we do an episode where we feature that, have Nick on, and you guys can break it down a little bit more for us, because I know that's definitely in our future.
Yeah, we're
and another
planning
one of those
that.
episodes you can all be excited about. But guys, it is an awesome single, so please check out Cosmic Soul. Please check out Cosmic Soul by James Pasquale. It is wonderful.
And the dub version, of course.
Of course.
Everything should have a dub version.
And yes, which means anything that's going to be coming out by you people will be very excited to know there will be a dub version as well. So
at some point, my future singles will have dub versions. I'll tell you that.
So exciting.
Well, why don't we just get into some music now, speaking of dub?
I'm excited about it, dude. Talk to me about it. Okay. What's going on today?
Here is an artist that completely flew under our radar. I don't know how. I don't know why. Just an artist we just never got to, I guess. Singer named Eli-Mac. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's Filipino descent, grew up in Hawaii, so there's a lot of that Hawaiian reggae sound and style to her music. And we're going to be listening to the song DubStop, which came out in 2014. Again,
that's crazy.
How this flew under the radar for that long, I'm not sure, but we're getting to it now. So, pause this episode now. You can find the song DubStop on all major streaming platforms and YouTube. So, go listen to that. We're going to listen to that, and then we'll be right back to talk about it.
Let's do it, bro.
That was DubStop by Eli-Mac, 2014.
That's such a vibe. That track is such a vibe, and it hits really, really hard, and it's such a cool groove.
I'm so sad that we didn't know about this over the past 10 years.
Yeah, I'm like sad and equal parts excited. I mean, like, dude, I'm not gonna lie. To discover something new just because it's new to us is still just as exciting as if it just came out. You know, and this gives me a little bit of a rabbit hole too, especially for the rest of the day that I got ahead of me. Like, this is gonna be on loop, and I'm gonna be going down and listening to this artist a lot because I'm loving it. I absolutely love the vibe of this. Now, I personally haven't listened to a lot of other stuff by this artist. You sent me this track the other day, and I've been listening to this track, and I've been loving it, and I'm actually been waiting until after we do this episode to kind of go down the rabbit hole of the rest of it. But bro, have you listened to a lot of Ellie's stuff?
Not a lot. I did listen to the DubStop EP, and the first song features Lickle-My from Dry and Heavy, who's one of my favorite bands.
That's cool.
That was really cool to hear her on a newer song too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I got to say though, I love the textures of this. I love how everything comes together. I love how like it just kind of absorbs you in the beginning of it and just kind of takes you and drags you into the track, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many cool things that are going. I love how steady and simple the bass is. That just kind of makes you feel it in your chest and groove. You can't hear this and not move, which is a wonderful thing, you know?
That's the goal.
But it's something about the texture of her voice that is so calming and soothing. You know what I mean?
It just sounds so easy.
She
makes it sound
easy.
That's not easy. She makes it sound easy.
Well, oh yes, that is the skill of Ellie. Which
I don't
really,
want to be
cool.
Misconstrued there.
No, I completely agree with that. But there's an ease about it and a confidence about it. You know, there's something when, you know, an artist has the music kind of come through them, not from them. And that's kind of the vibe I get from Ellie, where it's like she's going to do exactly what the part's calling for versus what she feels like she wants to do as a musician, which kind of makes the song sound so much more cohesive. You know, it's one thing when you have a band that listens to the singer, but it's another thing when you have a singer that's listening to the music. And that, I feel like, resonates with me really hard. Just the way that the melodies sit in, the way that the timbre and octave of her voice kind of flows with everything that's going on is what weaves everything together to make it feel so warm, comforting. And I mean, if I do say like fitting, it just feels like it all connects very well to become super cohesive. And that's a different level of awareness that I feel like, a lot of musicians have in terms of the band and how they make the music. But then when that's so reciprocated by the vocalists, and then there's that chemistry that links all of them together, it's just something that really fits, which is what I love. Nothing's overstated, but at the same time, nothing's understated.
Yeah. There's also a special place for me with love songs about dub.
Amen. I agree with that 100%.
There's a ton of songs that are like about reggae or obviously love songs about another person. But man, a love song about dub, come on.
I mean, honestly, that's why we're literally here having a conversation. like this is, it just resonates so hard. I think it'd be really cool to be able to have Ellie and any of these musicians on to kind of discuss the process and what it was like to kind of make these tracks and that chemistry. I really want to talk about that chemistry. I love, and from all the conversations we've had with other artists, that's one of my favorite things to talk about is chemistry with the artists and how that all came to be. But like, that's one thing that I think this track really strikes me the most as is just chemistry. Understanding the chemistry, the listening, and the intention is all really there. And it's a really cool track and a really cool ride to go on.
Yeah, let's talk about the classic drum samples from Sly Dunbar.
That's what's up.
Very familiar in the Scientist's Best Dub Album in the World album, which honestly for me is in the top 3 favorite dub albums.
Have to agree.
I picked up on those right away.
Yep.
I love that. Paying tribute to legends like that. I don't think they were using it just to use it, just because it sounded good. I think it was well thought out.
Yeah, it was more of a passion. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Again, we go into the intention of things. This wasn't one of those things that just kind of happened. It was like, it's inspiration that comes from all of that admiration. I think inspiration from admiration is a really cool thing when they bring it to the table as an artist. And that's exactly what you have here, and you can tell that it comes from a place that's rooted in knowledge and understanding of it, but also the passion and love for that music that that invigorates the new, and it's very exciting. It's just done really well.
It is done really well. I was going to say, because some artists can do that, but you listen to it and you kind of cringe.
Yeah,
really?
Exactly. You're like, ooh, that didn't do it justice. This did it justice. Yeah. This made it kind of come back in a way that made it super relevant and made me excited to hear it, but it fit.
Yeah. I mean, Chronix sampled the same, not the same drum beat, but like the same song from that Scientist album in one of his songs. And also, you're like, yeah, that's because Chronix knows what's up. Of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's just artists that just get it. You know what I mean? You can tell their love and passion for the art. And that's really what it comes from, is like an artist kind of reprising art. And that's what you get with this. It's really, really nice and welcoming. It's new and comforting because it's old at the same time.
I saw you playing ukulele along to the track while we listened to it.
Talk to
us about that bridge. What is that?
That bridge is awesome. I loved the bridge, and it's kind of simple, which is what I really like, because they kind of reverse the feeling of the chord progression there.
Is that all it is?
Well, kind of. I mean, yeah, you're talking, the chord progression starts with a B minor and kind of ends with like more of a G major, but then the bridge reverses it so that it's a G major first, so it kind of leads with something a little bit more upbeat and then kind of follows up with a B minor chord at the end to make it feel like the heaviness is at the end rather than the heaviness being in the beginning. So they're basically reversing the heavy feel of things, and then they're taking it to that major fifth, that like F sharp major, to kind of really tie it together so that when you come back to that B minor and you're leading with that heaviness at front, you want it. You're like, oh my God, give it to me. And then when it comes, it's so unbelievably satisfying, which is amazing. It's an amazing utilization of a chord progression because it reverses the feel. It does it temporarily. And I feel like when you're ending it with a minor sound and starting it with a major sound, it sounds more hopeful. So there's just a really awesome progression of buildup and feeling, so that when that release comes, it feels so satisfying, And it's crazy because that major fifth makes you kind of crave that release. nice, and that's where they end it. They hook you right at the end with the cliffhanger of like, and it makes it feel so good. And for me, I mean, I don't think this was the intention of it, but like songs that end like that make me instantly want to replay them. Because if you guys notice out there, if you put this song on loop because of the tension you feel at the end of this song is more satisfying the second time in that minute that you restart it, because the euphoria and the craving of that heaviness of the one on that B minor, and you feel it in your chest more. So like, guys, experiment with this. You don't have to understand music theory to feel that when you're listening to a song, but listen to this song, put it on loop, and when you listen to it again, feel how you feel when that first chord hits and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is really cool. So really, really, really awesome track, which makes me feel like if this was followed by immediately a dub, it would have that same feeling, because it would bring you back to the heaviness of a one.
I was going to say, what a missed opportunity.
That's what I mean. That is like, this is the perfect track.
DubStop. It's about dub, and there's no dub version. And what you're saying is true. If you replay it, it feels good. If you just had the extra dub, come on. Big missed opportunity.
Crazy?
I love this song, but come on.
There's never a missed opportunity when music is in the world. This came out in 2014. This conversation is bringing so much relevance to this track because it's an awesome track. Also, in my opinion, I think this is a really sick summer track, which now that we're entering in spring, summer, this is totally going to be on all my summer playlists. However, this conversation in dub is seated in Rootfire, which is a community bringing reggae artists together. So if this is an opportunity to link some of these artists, make things happen, and we can use this as a vessel to make that come to life, this would be such a cool re-release as a single and a dub version to kind of get that feeling and do. And we're just going to put that in the universe and see where it sits, because I don't know, I think I have a co-host over here who's pretty talented when it comes to dubs.
Wait, did you get a new co-host?
No, I didn't. I didn't, which makes things even more special. So no, you didn't get the memo. You didn't get the memo? There's a new one? No, I'm just kidding. But no, yes. I mean, listen, if there's one thing that I have loved about having this podcast and doing this is the idea of manifesting, because this all started as a, hey, let's hang out and listen to music that we love. And it's been such an amazing opportunity to have these conversations with such talented artists. And maybe this can be one of those things that opens up the door to kind of bookend something really cool and something that might sound right. Because one thing that I hear when I envision this, right? You have this intro that's happening. When you have that hook at the end of the song with that major 5 chord, if the dub version just comes in right on a hard 1 on that B minor and really hits you, that could just be that's it right there. That's it right there. So I mean, there's always opportunity.
Always.
But that's something I just had to talk about. And like, I'm happy that you brought that up, because I was just kind of jamming on this and I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, the satisfaction you get when you restart this. And yes, you're absolutely right. And I love being able to have these conversations with such talented artists. And I think there's a lot of opportunity here still. 2014, that means nothing. It's on our radar now. It's on our radar now for a reason, which is really cool. And hopefully this gets on all your radars. Oh my God, why am I saying this word wrong? Radar out there for all of you. Guys, go out there and listen to Eli-Mac. She's awesome. She's fantastic. This is wonderful. The band, the music, it all is great.
I think we buried a pretty key highlight of her past too that maybe you're not familiar with. She was in the American Idol top 10 finalists in season 3.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I did some quick research and I found that, and I'm like, okay.
That's actually hilarious. Okay, so the world knows of Eli-Mac. She's just kind of been slipping under the radar for years.
For us, yeah, sure.
For us. That's hysterical. Well, hey, I mean, listen, welcome to the radar for us, and I can't wait. I'm just glad we get to share it. You know what I mean? If this just gets everything out there too, if any guys out there aren't familiar with Eli-Mac, let us know so we don't feel like we were the only ones in this ocean of music, just on a raft that has been so far away from the world of Eli-Mac. This has been awesome to be able to bring this into our world today.
But like you said, it's good to discover stuff that was out, 10 years ago, that there's a lot of newer stuff out there by this artist. So it's not like, oh, this artist has one single out. It came out last week, and that's all you get.
Yeah. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, that makes me really excited even for the rest of my day today to fall down this rabbit hole and do some listening. But I love this track. I love this vibe. I'm loving Eli-Mac, and I can't wait to hear more.
Me too. I hope there are dub versions in the works. Eli-Mac, if you're listening and want to come on and talk to us about music and what you're doing and possibly some dub versions, that'd be amazing.
Conversations, collaborations, whatever we can make happen in this world, we are about it.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that was really awesome. I hope you guys out there enjoyed that track as much as we did today. I hope this ends up on a lot of your summer playlists out there, and I hope some other Eli-Mac tracks end up on there as well too. Just like me, I hope you guys are as excited as I am to do some more listening. And yeah, guys, go listen to James's single. Go listen to James and Nick. Cosmic Soul is out there everywhere. And if he wasn't going to plug it again, I have to, because, I mean, I listened to it earlier today. I'm probably going to listen to it again. It is another song that is on all of my summer playlists. So, guys, get on that. There's a lot of music to listen to this year, and we cannot wait to dive into it with you.
Hey, thanks, man.
You got it, brother.
And on that note, keep dubbing.
Keep dubbing.
Thanks for listening to A Conversation in Dub, hosted by James Pasqua and Mark Raimondi. Conversation in Dub is brought to you by Rootfire, a platform for reggae music worldwide with a mission to empower artists and nurture the community that supports them. You're here because you love reggae music and want to be a part of that community? We're here to help you connect the dots.
This show is produced and edited by James Pasqua. Our theme music is an original composition called Keep Dubbing by James Pasqua and Mark Raimondi. If you want to hear previous episodes containing full songs, you can find them all on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at A Conversation in Dub. And if you have any feedback, requests, or just want to talk about music, reach out there or email us at aconversationindub@gmail.com. Make sure to rate us on your podcast platform of choice. And as always, keep dubbing.